A few months ago, I received a mysterious email from the Vatican inviting me to their Jubilee event, a worldwide gathering of Catholics that only happens once every 25 years. But here's the twist. They granted me exclusive access to some of the most restricted areas in Vatican City. We've all seen the news clips, vlogs, but what is life actually like in the smallest country in the world, leading 1.2 billion faithful? Well, I packed my bags, flew to Rome, and spent 2 weeks eating, sleeping, and working in the Vatican. In this video, we're visiting 5 locations, from the mysterious Papal Palace to the Pope's personal farm, and even the only McDonald's in the Vatican. Our first stop, the crown jewel of the Vatican, the Church of Churches, St. Peter's Basilica. Walking in, breathtaking.
Did you hear that Batman's Catholic now?
Does he fulfill his Sunday obligation though if he's fighting crime? No, he goes to vigil man.
He's in all black, anti-death penalty.
He runs an orphanage. He's like a nun basically.
We went to mass, adoration, climbed the steps to the roof, and honestly, it felt like heaven on earth. It was so big, you could have multiple masses at the same time. We even had a special visitor, and my friend Evan ended up giving him a jersey. A few days later, my Vatican contact texted me, special opportunity, meet me at the Secretariat of State, be there at 5, don't be late. Why me? Honestly, I don't know. I'm just a random dude on the internet, but I wasn't about to say no. I was caught up in something and came 30 minutes late and made it in the nick of time. I pull up and we enter this massive meeting room. The leaders of the Vatican's communication office gave us an inside look to some of their latest projects, then took us on a private tour of the Papal Palace. Dating back to the late 16th century, this has been the Pope's official residence for centuries. Over the years, it's been home to popes, heads of state. The whole time it was really embarrassing because we're all content creators. We're trying to take photos, B-roll, selfies, and the entire time, the tour guide, pontifical guards are rolling their eyes like, bruh. But hey, when in Rome. Every wall, ceiling, even the floors were covered by sacred artwork. And it wasn't just for aesthetics. Each piece was intentional. It told the story of salvation from the origin, fall, struggle, and ultimately redemption through Jesus Christ. They also gave me this sick rosary. Next, we traveled 40 minutes to Castel Gandolfo, a gorgeous lakeside town. This is where the Pope's summer residence is located, and where I got exclusive access to.
So right now we're in the Papal cow farm.
This donkey was gifted to Pope Benedict XVI. It's a rare Nubian breed with a dark stripe down its back and across its shoulders, forming the shape of a cross. According to legend, the pattern came from a donkey that carried Jesus into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday and stood at the foot of the cross on Good Friday. The farm also has cows whose milk is traditionally served at the Pope's table.
I wonder how much protein are in these bad boys.
I wonder if the Pope could distribute his cameras.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you get a little like 2
You get 5 minutes.
You get 5 minutes, yeah.
And my arm was completely covered in slobber. The garden also contains grapes Pope Francis genetically modified, optimized for the weather, soil, and sustainability. As amazing as this all was, the travel was catching up to me. So it's been almost 2 weeks and I have not gone to the gym. I haven't lifted weights. I can literally feel myself shriveling up. I feel tiny. This is Omega, the gym that Pope Leo trained at. But can you actually get a good workout in? Let's find out. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot smaller than I expected. Located just across the street from the Vatican, Pope Leo trained here as a cardinal before he became Pope. And apparently his personal trainer didn't know who he was the entire time. Finally, I needed a high protein post-workout meal. We have Vatican McDonald's donut.
It's a big bite. Holy crap.
I feel like I just tasted an indulgence. That's at least an 8. Next, we have Vatican Catholic McDonald's wings. All right, to Pope Leo. In Italy, there's almost no meat. People here live on pasta and pizza. So when I found out that in 2017 they opened a location right next to St. Peter's Basilica, I had to check it out. Technically, it's on Italian soil, but the Holy See owns the building and allegedly rents it out for 30,000 euros a month. And it's been a massive success. For 70 euros, yeah, it was kind of mid. Despite the low protein, sweat, and lack of black coffee, I absolutely loved Vatican City. It felt so welcome and the Jubilee staff were so friendly and generous. But the big question, what is it like to live here, not just for 2 weeks, but long term? Cheers. So Elizabeth, you've lived in Rome for 2 years.
Yep.
Right across the street from the Vatican. If you had to describe the experience in 3 words, what would it be?
Non-stop, overwhelming, probably transformative.
What's your favorite thing about this city?
There's always something happening. Even walking my commute around the neighborhood, it depends on the day, whether the Pope is giving an audience and they shut down the street for that, whether there's a procession, and during the Jubilee especially, there's been, I mean, you can hear in the background.
Least favorite part about Rome?
Oh, I think Like on one side, it's really flexible, but on the flip side of that, everything is constantly changing. So you can't really rely on something, whether it's the trains or the transportation, or even just like how you get into St. Peter's Basilica. It could completely change based on the day and the week.
What tips would you give to someone that's visiting Rome for the first time?
There's over 930 churches in Rome, and it's really easy to kind of come in and say, like, I have to see everything. I have to do all of the holy doors. I have to see all of the major sites. And the fact of the matter is, you're never going to be able to see them all.
I need like 6 months to see everything here. There's so many little churches that have not even touched yet.
Yeah. I mean, you could literally go to a different church every day, and it would still take 3 or 4 years to go to every single church in Rome. Enjoy where you are. Don't try to hit everything. Just soak in the art. It's very overwhelming, but like let it overwhelm you. That's where God speaks to you, right? And don't be afraid to just take time to sit in adoration, to sit with the saints and absorb their wisdom instead of trying to check off a list of how many saints you can see. Because you won't regret sitting in a church longer and praying there longer.
You'll never regret going to adoration.
That too.
No matter where it is, at St. Peter's Basilica or your tiny home chapel. Of the 5 locations I visited, there's one in particular that's very special. Remember the Papal Farm? It's part of a private garden where popes have traditionally spent time of quiet discernment and reflection. And now the Vatican is opening it up to the public. You see, in 2023, Pope Francis issued an encyclical called Laudatio Si, emphasizing the importance of integral ecology. And no, that's not some trendy buzzword. It's a deep theological truth that touches on the story of creation. The garden seeks to unite the Creator, His creation, and us, the created. Within the next few years, the Vatican is working to transform this garden to be a home for all people. Refugees, migrants, disabled, unaccompanied orphans. In addition, they're inviting world leaders to meet and discuss how they can work with the Catholic Church's goals, while also opening up schools, volunteering opportunities. The end goal is to open a Christ-centered garden for people from all walks of life. Children, migrants, students, CEOs, clergy, all in the same place. Complete with a restaurant offering high-quality food, it will be a beautiful haven of spiritual reflection, healing, and fellowship. Despite being the smallest country in the world, the Vatican is making 55% of their land open to the public, transforming their garden, in the Pope's words, into a natural cathedral. If you're interested in internship or volunteering opportunities here, more information soon to come.